Welcome back to Touchpoints TV. I'm Debbie House, editor of Retail Touchpoints, and I'm here with Marta Wohrle, who's the founder and CEO of Truth in Aging.
Hi, well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Everybody mangles my name. I'm very used to it.
So first, just for a little bit of background and intro for our viewers who are not familiar with Truth in Aging, fill us in on the company.
Truth in Aging is really a community. That's what I started. I didn't even start it as a business. I started it as an online community for women who are over 40. I mean, we're not exclusively over 40, but that was the idea, was that there were boomer women and those kind of younger women coming through to that age group who were not served by the internet, that VCs and investors were not looking at as an attractive demographic. But to me, they were a white space that really needed to be served because these women had money to spend, wanted to take care of themselves, wanted to grow old healthfully and get good information about doing so. And so beauty products was really what I concentrated on because they needed good information around anti-aging beauty products that just wasn't there in the mainstream media.
So the intersection of community and content is a hot topic right now in retail. Share with us your perspective on that and how you see it progressing.
Yeah, so that's really, I kind of started almost the other way around because there was no retail when I started. I had this community. They were so highly engaged that I wanted to really harness that enthusiasm, and I got them all reviewing products. And then when they reviewed products that they really liked, we eventually saw what the business model was, and that business model was to actually sell the products that they wanted, so they're curating their own commerce experience. And I think a lot of retailers have come at it the other way around, saying, well, we sell stuff, and now we'd like a community, and we'd like to get some content around that. And so you're sort of trying to build it in reverse. I think the way that I did it was slower in terms of building a business, in terms of building a retail business, but was almost certainly more solid a foundation for which to build a community and an archive of content, because we have consumer generated content and content generated by our editors, 10,000 articles, of really kind of in-depth stuff.
And it's really developed into, would you describe as successful retail?
Yes, I mean, actually there happened to be a business model in there. And there's two parts to the business model in that. There's curated commerce, where we sell other people's products, other people's beauty, cosmetics products. And that's a constantly changing environment. Again, we're using the community as a constant sort of weather vane of what works and what doesn't work. Now, obviously, any retailer's going to be doing that. They're going to be looking at what's selling and what's not. But we've kind of got that little bit extra of where's that level of enthusiasm and engagement? Is that ambassador still an ambassador for it? And we can probably tell when stuff is sinking before we get to the sales numbers sinking. And we move products very, very quickly. And we're always discovering new things. I mean, that's really a part of what we do, is how do you discover new things. And then the second part of the business is we have our own branded products. We only have a few SKUs, we've got 6 SKUs, but again, they're developed with the community. So all the innovation on the product development for my own brand is done with the community. We're constantly testing stuff out, making sure that it works, tweaking it to get what they like, and then bringing something to market. And when you think about a small business being in the manufacturing business as well, it's an expensive process, but we've made it less expensive and de-risked it by using the community as an R&D pool.
So it's working really well for in your area, which is the beauty segment. Do you see it, and the demographic that you're targeting, do you see it working as well for all different types of demographics as well as all different types of segments?
Yeah, I think that the trick about a community is what's the community for. And if what you're saying is, you're in my community, please come and buy things from me, that's not much of a reason to be in the community. But I think anywhere where the community has a reason to be in that community, and if you're, I don't think my audience is an enthusiast audience. I mean, they're not beauty junkies. They're just looking for stuff that works for them, that they're going to make educated purchases about. But if you think about where there's going to be enthusiasm around parenting, around car ownership, there are fashion. I mean, there are lots of things where you can build a community based on strong interests. but it's that strong interest that has to come first and define what the community is. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
That makes sense.
It's going to be cynical.
Yeah. So finally, fill us in on what's next for Truth in Aging.
Well, I think what's next for us is you know, and I'll be frank as I always am, is actually a little bit about getting back to our roots in terms of community. We have grown a successful e-commerce business, and that brought with it all the organizational and implementational issues that you have to focus on getting good at. You've got to ship on time, you know, you have to deal with coupon codes, you make sure that your back end is working, you know, and there's a myriad of things like that, and so you feel as a business owner that you're spinning all of those plates. We haven't lost sight of the community, but I really want to direct my lens back onto it. The e-commerce kind of works now, we've figured out how to do that, but now I think my job is to really dig in, and I think that in terms of a business, the next place to take that community is data mining, which we really haven't done yet. And I think that's where there's going to be new riches. So I want to get into that community, really engage with it, get them onto another level of engagement, and then start extracting information, which I hope will be valuable to me, but also to third parties.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing about it as it progresses, and congratulations on the successful business.
Well, thank you very much, and I'd love to come back and tell you. All right,
great.
cheers.
All right.